Hey there, hero. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th, and one of the videos I did earlier in this year, I talked about my lovely Circa notebook that I keep all my notes in for these videos that I'm doing this year. And I've had one set of notes sitting there for a while, and I've been trying to figure out why they kept nagging at me, why I really wanted to share them. I haven't actually come up with a great reason, but I just feel good when I think about these two particular historical quotes, statements. And as I was watching Judge Judy the other day, because as you know I do, she said something that kind of tied them both together. So I just thought I'd share them with you and just get your thoughts on them as to why these are so interesting to me. So the first one is this phrase that goes along the lines of the words you speak become the house you live in. I have talked many, many times in these videos, in coaching my clients, with choosing our language in a way that supports and promotes success as opposed to denigrates or minimizes or makes us feel less of a person. The words you speak out loud become the house you live in. It's a quote from Hafiz, who was a Persian poet and philosopher in the mid-1300s. That's when it's attributed to have been said. And it really is amazing how prescient he was about the power of words, about the power of what those words can do and what those words can destroy. And so when you think about the things that you say, the things that you say about yourself, when you're self-effacing, when you're denigrating, when you go, oh, I'm not that good. Please select those words carefully. They can have a lot of power that isn't obvious and isn't measurable, but they can be either supportive or destructive. And so if you want to build a great house to live in, use great words to describe your progress, to describe your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, your potential solutions. So that's one. And one that goes along those lines is a quote from Rousseau from the mid-1700s in Switzerland. And it goes, "A drunken mind speaks a sober heart." And we've had plenty of celebrities who have, celebrities and non-celebrities, who in a state of drunken stupor have said some things that really reveal maybe the thoughts that they were keeping to themselves. What comes to mind is Mel Gibson when he was arrested, went on this anti-Semitic bent. People that are high, people that are under the influence of some substance or situation that removes the barriers, that removes the brakes on what we might say and how we might say it. And I'm not sure that that's necessarily true, that, whatever we're thinking gets loosened up when we get drunk and we then just say it. I would hate to think that human beings in general are as absolutely wicked and creepy as they sometimes are when they're drunk, abusive and dangerous. And I would hope that that's not the case, but I have a feeling there's a ring of truth to this. So the words you speak become the house you live in, and a drunk mind speaks a sober heart. And then I was watching Judge Judy the other day, and she's talking to this defendant who is making up the story as she goes along. Absolutely. And the plaintiff was basically just not saying anything. Judge Judy didn't even have to say, "Do you look like you're losing here, sir? Keep your mouth shut." Didn't have to do that. He just was like, just listening. Okay. And Judge Judy said something that kind of tied these two together and made me realize how lucky I have been in my life to be surrounded by people who almost always tell me the truth, and that's my goal. If somebody says, "Hey, do these jeans make my ass look fat?" there is a chance that I might lie. But for the most part, I really try to tell the truth whenever I possibly can. And it's for this reason, this thing that Judge Judy says from time to time, and that is, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. You don't have to remember the details of the stories that you make up along the way. So if you simply tell the truth, it's a lot easier on you. And she, of course, is quoting Mark Twain, who said, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. She says it usually like, if you remember the truth, you don't have to remember the lies that you said or the things that you made up or whatever. And man, I mean, I hadn't thought about how much easier your life could be, even when it's tough to tell the truth. I'm not talking about little white lies, but I'm talking about things that could be dangerous to yourself or to others if you told the truth. You still have to kind of face these things eventually. And it's amazing how applicable that is, not only to our own lives, to the lives of those people around us, but to our politicians and to the people who support them and to the people who persecute them and to the people around the world who compete with them, the people that we have to deal with as a nation and as individuals, our fellow workers, our peers, our production peers, etc. So all these things kind of just made sense to me, and I just wanted to share them. I don't have any big reason for doing it other than it makes me feel good to know that I'm not fighting against these things. I don't have to worry that I find these to be sort of Pollyanna-ish or too difficult to maintain. But I do wonder what you think. I'd love to know if these are things that resonate with you, if these are things that you make watchwords in your life, if you struggle with these things, if you just find it easier sometimes to just like not worry so much about whether something is truthful or not. I'm not asking you to, to admit to that, but I wonder sometimes if these things are a struggle for you. So let me know in the comments below. Below this video, if you're watching on voheroes.com, you'll find a comments box. I'd love to know what you think about this. And if you want to be on my list and find out when these videos, we're doing them once a day for this year, when you want to find out when they come out and what we're talking about, go ahead and join the list by filling out the form in the box that says get on the list. I'm David H. Lawrence the 17th. I thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.